what we have here is the Bandit pistol configuration from 360 Precision. This is a 300 Blackout rifle. So it's chambered in 300 Blackout. That's going to be a really good when you're using short range, home defense, all of those type of things. 300 Blackout is a great caliber. So basically we introduced our 300 Blackout Bandit rifle. Again, Bandit rifle can come in both a rifle configuration and a pistol configuration. So I'm Dan Kogan with 360 Precision, and today we're going to be talking about the Bandit rifle from 360 Precision. And in front of me here is what that rifle looks like. Basically, in this configuration, it is considered a pistol because we're using the pistol brace on the back, but it also does come, you can get with the stock, and basically we would change that off, and simply enough, boom, it's now a configuration of a rifle. So you do need your tax stamp still, but now that tax stamp is now free. So that's a huge benefit. So if we start off with the barrel, basically we have an 8.3 inch barrel. This is a ballistic advantage barrel that you can see here. If you notice a theme through all of our rifles, accuracy matters. So we again use a heavy contour for this barrel. Again, it's chambered in 300 Blackout, and it is 8.3 inches long. And really just nice, compact. It does have a little bit of heft to it, again, from that profile, but it really does matter when you're talking about accuracy out of the rifle. So we use this barrel. Really like the barrel that we've selected for this. The handguard, you can see here, it's on the rifle, uses that same very low profile of all of our recon rifles. It's using the same handguard extrusion, which basically, again, gives you Picatinny on the top. You have Picatinny at the front here, you have Picatinny on the bottom, and you have Picatinny on the other side. So basically you end up with Picatinny on all four sides up at the front. You also have your M-lock. So you have M-lock all through here, all the way up to the front on both sides and as well as the bottom. So you can make any attachment that is either Picatinny or M-lock on this handguard. Handguard, again, uses our same barrel nut locking system. So basically we use this barrel nut here. This barrel nut is made out of 2024 aerospace aluminum. We use that in conjunction with this is our clamping system. So basically, if you see here, we basically take two jack nuts that go through the handguard. They come up and they press up into this, and that actually clamps the handguard onto the barrel nut. So that's a very nice feature, very secure, very strong. We also add this here, hopefully you can see. This is a brass tip set screw that goes up through the clamp. So it's going to come up through the clamp, and it's going to basically go into this groove here. What it's going to be doing is that's actually going to push this back to make a very snug, tight fit between our upper and our handguard. So basically that's going to be try and pull that back to make that a very seamless, tight fit, making it very secure. Again, helps with accuracy, helps with the whole entire fitment of the rifle. So the other thing we do on all of our rifles is we use an anti-rotation pin. So you can see here we've had this drilled at the end with that little hole. You have the same thing on the upper receiver. You have the same small hole right there. There's a pin that goes in. These two go together, and that is going to prevent the rifle, the handguard, from having this rotation happen. So that pin locks this in place and ensures that there's no rotation at that point. Again, all to a very, very secure, tight fitment of this rifle. What we did on our takedown pins, so we have these takedown pins here. These are case-hardened takedown pins. So in order to make sure, again, a very secure, tight fit of the entire rifle, we use these case-hardened pins. One of the things I like about these pins, particular, is this little groove right here around the top. That makes it much easier when you're trying to use the takedown pin. You simply just kind of grab that little, if I can get it here on camera, you're just going to pull that out, right? And then simply push it back in. So it makes it really easy to just simply pull that out, take the rifle down. Super simple when you're trying to do that. We use the same bolt. Again, this is our DLC coated bolt. That's diamond-like carbon. That is a very durable, strong finish, as well as a very low friction finish. So again, that's going to basically help you when the rifle gets dirty, if there's water, wet, harsh conditions, and so forth. This bolt is going to continue to run. in those type of conditions. So the bolt itself is actually made out of, and it says it on here somewhere, yeah, right there, hopefully you can see it, it says 9310. So we use 9310 steel for the bolt. That basically is 7% stronger than what you would typically find with a carpenter steel bolt. So always trying to look for just making the absolute best, strongest piece for the rifle and the components of the rifle. And this was the bolt that we really, really, really love in this configuration. So the rifle is also ambidextrous. So we can start off here. This is the charging handle, right? So you can see here, if you pull on that side or on the other side, it's fully ambidextrous for the charging handle. And you can see that here on the rifle itself, right? So there's your charging handle. It also has a Ambi safety selector, so you have your safety on this side as well as the other side that you can change. Very easy to use from either side. We also integrate a Ambi bolt drop. So you can drop your standard bolt from this side. You can simply just hit that paddle like you would on most standard ARs. But what we've also added, if you look here, we're going to show you the bolt there. There's this little paddle right here. By pressing down on that, it's going to drop your bolt for you. So very, very easy. You don't have to drop that bolt until you're ready. You simply press down on that. That's going to drop your bolt and make it very easy to chamber around. On mag changes and so forth, that makes it very nice. So again, we said earlier, we were talking about that this is the pistol brace that you find on the rifle. We can take that off and we can change it over if you want to an SBR conversion. So then basically you're going to get this in its place. So you're going to get the standard stock as opposed to the pistol brace when you order it in an SBR conversion or SBR version of it. You still will need your tax stamp, which is now free. So you can, I don't know, roughly a couple days probably to get your tax stamp. Depends on timing and so forth with the ATF, but you now can get this rifle in either configuration. So makes it very nice. We do use, if you notice here, the angle of the grip. So instead of the standard, it normally has a very sloped grip to it that you find on a lot of standard ARs. And then you also have the straight vertical grip. And the reason for that is the standard slope is more comfortable when you're laying in a prone position. And that's going to be the most natural for your hand. And then when you're shooting from upstanding, it's more of a vertical type position. So in those situations, what we've done is we've split the difference basically. And we use this slightly tapered, so it's not completely vertical, it's not as sloped. And this gives you kind of the best of both worlds. So basically by using this angle of grip, you're basically getting the best of both worlds while not having the perfect one for either one. But you can shoot in a number of different positions and the rifle's still going to feel very comfortable in your hands. When you're using the pistol brace, you get 2 QD mounts, 1 on either side. When you're using the stock, you have 4, 2 on either side. So you can see there. And there's also a 3rd or 5th QD right here at the back end of the castle nut. You can see you can also attach that for any sort of attachments, QD attachments, such as a strap and so forth, that you would want to attach to the rifle. So all in all, really just an overall, this is a great, again, home defense rifle, the 300 Blackout. If you're looking for a 300 Blackout, this really makes for just a really nice rifle. All of the components are basically upgraded, ready to shoot out of the box, and you don't have to worry about trying to put better components into it. It's already done for you and it's already there.